Yes, I'm in a car. I'm currently on my way from Lafayette, Louisiana, trying to look very inconspicuous. Is that the word? I think that might be the word. Discreetly trying to record right now because traffic is terrible and I have nothing but time to do so. Look at that. Yes, indeed. Look at that. The sky looks really nice today. So, do you guys remember when I said my excuse was there wasn't enough time in the day? Yeah, I'm utilizing that time pretty efficiently right now. On a serious note, I don't recommend you record and drive at the same time. It's just not safe. But I'm only going about 10 miles per hour, so I guess we can get a pass this time. Yeah? Yeah? Well, anywho, I will get back to you dudes whenever we are, not moving at a snail's pace across a bridge that sits a few hundred feet in the air. So I'll see you guys in a few. Okay, somehow I've made it home in one piece. Hey yo, shout out to good neighbors that let you use their yard for your garbage can when you forget to take yours out. Then there's also the recycle bin. I usually get them both, but it's kind of hard to do that with a camera in hand. Hello again. Alright, so if you're seeing this, I am outside in the... What do I mean if you're seeing this? So I'm outside in the dark, and... it's about to rain. I've been trying to get out here since I got home, but, being a dad and stuff of that nature, it just don't work out that way. If you wonder what the light source I'm using right now, it's something called a Lume Cube. $80 at Best Buy. Pretty solid buy. But anywho, I guess I can show you guys what I'm out here for. Check this bad boy out. Ooh, almost dropped it. So this is called a summer board. It's basically a longboard meets snowboard. Now, in case you guys have not noticed, I am of a darker skin tone. I have not snowboarded, and I don't know very many black people in the South who have. This is going to be experience. I've gotten the pleasure of riding it already, but I wouldn't say I got to ride it long enough to be a seasoned pro. God, that's thunder. Anyway, this Lume Cube came with an attachment to put on top of the camera, but I may have broken the attachment. So, in order for me to record this and use the light at the same time, I have to hold the light in one hand and the camera in the other. But there's a glaring issue here. This board uses this thing as a controller. So, I need to hold this as well. How am I going to pull this off, you're probably asking? I have no idea. So essentially, you gotta power this thing on. Probably need to go grab the light. So essentially, you have to power this thing on. The power button is somewhere along the bottom of here. There it is. There it is. And in turn, I guess the controller's supposed to do some like cool turn on stuff. No, I have no idea what I'm doing with the power button. Do I tap it against it? Maybe it would have benefited me to get some instructions when I got this thing. So it would seem I'm actually stupid, because apparently the power button is one of these little black things right there. I would have liked it if it would have, said power, but whatever. That's right. Blame the device for me being incompetent. Do I have it on? Oh, it's on. Alright, so I don't remember in the slightest how to ride this thing. So give me like 2 seconds to figure this out, and then I'll be back. Okay, so trying to use that light, and I'll ride this thing at the same time. It's not gonna work. I've already died once, so let's try it. Okay, first failure. So, I totally ate last night. I don't know what happened. I just know I turned around crazy and suddenly I was off the board and my head slammed against the concrete. You wouldn't be able to see it right now, but I hit it hard enough to the point I bled. My glasses got utterly destroyed. This is probably the only thing that saved me from like sustaining like real critical injury to my eye. Oh dude, it was bad. It was bad. It was like pow, and the whole everything went white and fuzzy, and yeah, it hurt. It almost seemed like everything was trying to work against me. It had rained, and well, it was starting to rain. Thunder was flashing and stuff. I was like, come on, man, I just need a couple minutes to ride, and I'll be fine. I'll be cool. And I got my couple minutes, and ironically enough, I fell in the middle of the street right next to a cemetery. So if God is trying to tell you something, he's trying to tell you something. I guess the lesson learned here was, who am I kidding? There was no lesson learned. Let's ride. Nope. Power, so far so good. First turn. I'm gonna die. Not today. It's so hard thinking about it as you do it. First fall. Alright, let's try this again. Nothing like all your expensive camera stuff breaking your fall. The first fall ravels you. My arm hurts from recording. I'm holding the monopod. Alright, let's try this again. Oh, without dying this time. Christ. These falls hurt. I'm gonna have to check all my camera stuff. Hopefully I didn't break anything. I'm holding the most expensive thing in my hand. How you doing? Whoop! No, it's all good. This thing has killed me like 3 times already. Probably need to invest in a helmet if I'm gonna be doing stuff like this, right? Oh. I think I'm gonna stop recording until I get to his house so I can focus on not dying. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna catch y'all in a few. Hopefully in one piece. These last few days have been rough, y'all. Jesus, it has been rough. If you've made it this far, then you are aware of that spill I took. It was not fun. I didn't get the one where I fell the night previously, and man, that sucked. That sucked hard. Like I said, busted my back of my head, destroyed my glasses. I have to get another pair of glasses now. Those things with Bluetooth. I answer my phone calls and stuff from it, so yeah, minor setback for the most part. But I am out here fishing currently, or attempting to. This little gator here is ruining my progress. Hope you're proud of yourself. Can you please let me fish? Please? Why I gotta be like that, Gator? Why? You know what? I'm gonna switch it to the 80 mil so you guys can see him. Hopefully he doesn't like vanish. Get a good look at this boy. Yeah, you ought to be able to see him good now. Look at him just dictating the waters. Like, who are you supposed to be, man? Who? When I lived up north, it was a pretty common thing for people to ask me, "Hey, man, what did you do with the alligators?" Once they figured out I was from Louisiana, they used to be a funny thing to me because, I guess they assume alligators are just running rampant here in Louisiana. And up to recently, I've never run into one in a while, so I guess they weren't too far off. What the heck? Well, anywho, there's some irony in this video. I guess I'll sit down for this. So, I was originally making this with the idea of nothing happens at random, just to talk about how there's no such thing as coincidences. Or at least to me, that's how I feel. And ironically enough, this video is all over the place, just due to me filming it over the course of a few days, instead of like my normal, like one day, maybe bleed into the second one. But even today, just a small thing to keep in mind. I've only seen a gator out here maybe twice, right? And if things hadn't played out the way that they did, apologize for the wind. If things didn't play out the way that they did, I would have never caught that. That would have never been on the YouTubes. Who knows? Maybe I would have came out here maybe a week from now, or maybe another month, and I probably would have ran into another gator. But that particular one today wouldn't have been that one. Now I know what you're thinking. That's a little far-fetched, right? But there have been other instances in my life where things just played out the way that they needed to play out, and it wasn't a stroke of chance that it played out that way. My daughter Inori, if you guys know me, you know my daughter. She's my little light-skinned clone. But we were trying for some years to have a baby, and it wasn't working. It wasn't panning out. So we prayed about it. We prayed about it. We prayed about it. The word pray is very key in this situation. Well, anyway, she finally got pregnant. Well, Sky finally got pregnant, and I get the pregnancy test. We're all happy about it. I'm boo-hooing and yada yada yada. Before this little being could even decide if it was gonna make it or not, it's still first trimester. I claim it to existence. It's gonna be a girl, and I knew it was gonna be a girl. And there's a few reasons why I knew that. In addition to years of praying for a daughter. Well, not a daughter, a baby. I was having dreams frequently of us having a child. And within these dreams, they'll be in different stages of that child's life. And every time it was a girl. Every single time. Every time. So after all this time passing, praying for the child, having the dreams, I knew it was going to be a girl. So now it's come time to naming the kid. Well, in the infancy of a relationship, Sky and I saw an anime called Guilty Crown. We heard the name Inori, we both liked the name, and the conversation just kind of ended there. And time passes by, she's pregnant now we're thinking of names, and Inori popped up. So we're both like almost set on it, right? So then we look up the definition of the name, what does it mean? And sure enough, Inori means prayer in Japanese. That is not a chance situation. There's no way you can convince me that just happened to happen. It was luck, you know? I'm not gonna go off the road, Lord, go off the hinges and say that, a lucky star fell out the sky or, God smiled upon us and winked or anything like that. Whoa, there's a much bigger gator in the water right now. But I'd like to believe that fate definitely played its part in that situation. And I'm sure many of you have had similar stories, right place, wrong time, or wrong place, right time, situations like that. If you were like a few seconds sooner, ooh, camera did a wiggly thingy. We don't like that. If you happen to have been at that light 2 seconds sooner, you would have got hit by that car or something like that. Nothing happens at random. It seems like it. It seems like these are like strokes of luck or, something of that matter, but I feel like there's something bigger in play there. Ooh, Lord, it's getting hot out here. We're gonna finish this up at the office. I will see you dudes in a few. Hello. Alright, so it's actually been a few more days past that clip that you guys just saw a moment ago. Things have been a little hectic around here as of late. A lot of things going on. We're in a bit of a transitionary period, if you will. But yeah, as I was saying earlier, nothing happens at random, like at all. You are either in the right place at the right time or whatever because you woke up 2 minutes late, etc., yada yada yada. But nothing happens at random. There are, I guess you could say, data points to how you operate in your everyday life. With each one of those data points, it brings you to a different conclusion, a different outcome, if you will. Do you remember the old school scary stories, like the old Goosebumps stories? There's a lot of those that had alternate endings and alternate routes depending on what you chose at the bottom of the page. Whether that be to, go to page 5 or go to page 7 instead. But each one of those, although it seems like a random thing to go to, like, okay, page 7, that's super random, on page 5 right now, it leads to a determined path. So each time you guys go out and you do something, you're kind of going on these invisible lines going to the next plane, if you will. Now, what's important to note there is when it comes to these data points, things that you do can net a very, very predictable outcome. For instance, if you are the guy that's out there, flashing your piece saying, I'm the hardest dude on the street, well, 9 times out of 10, you're probably going to meet your demise the same way you came in, trying to be the hardest dude on the street. And that's the case of a very predictable outcome, with those data points. It's not random that the guy got blasted down, you know what I mean? So that's like the extreme of it. But it's not random that you're going to get that promotion if you keep working towards the goal that is getting the promotion. It's not random that if you, keep sliding that thing in there with no protection, there's strong possibility a baby's gonna pop up. It's not random, it's just a matter of time. Again, another extreme example. Probably the most extreme. Super relatable to me, honestly. I mean, think of this episode. You guys have seen a little bit of everything in this one, man. You guys have seen trial and error. You guys have seen me fail and bust my face open. Stuck on the bridge, taking out garbage, setting up to go fishing, drone shots, the actual fishing itself, a damn alligator. I mean, but all of those things follow very specific design to get me to where I am now. So at this point, I know what you're thinking. What is the point of all of this? The point is to say that whether you decide to start on your ambitions now or start on them later, the outcome of you doing so will pretty much be the same regardless. If you put everything into what you're doing 5 years ago, which I know we can't do now because that was 5 years ago, but if you had put everything that you were going to put into your craft 5 years ago and you were to fast forward till now, you would be in a much better spot now than you are now without putting yourself. 1 second, I need to process all of that. That just threw me off. Okay, let's try that again. If you 5 years ago were to work on your goals and ambitions, and you worked all the way up to this point, you would be in a much better point now. If you follow those things, then you would be. You know what? You know exactly what I'm trying to say. I can't even get the words out. More or less, the point you would be here up till now, instead of here starting at the beginning. So now 5 years from now, you can be at that point later on. So I'm just rambling at this point. If you want to be that chef, go be that freaking chef. Go flip those burgers. Go prepare those plates and all those things. And you do that for 5 years, and I guarantee you, you'll be in a much better position. You'll be well known for sure. At least locally. Dude, even the way I'm structuring these words right now are random. I'm sorry, not much sleep under my belt. So we're kind of just like Pac-Man bowling with our mouths currently. Pause. So ask yourself this. When you wake up in the morning, when you follow your day-to-day routine, are you actually doing things at random? Or are you moving yourself in a direction that's going to have a positive outcome? If your answer isn't the latter, then you're doing something that's going to bring you to a negative outcome. It's not random. There's one or two routes, positive or negative. So you have to figure out if your day-to-day is going to bring you to where you want to be. If the answer is no, then you need to readjust, fine-tune, get off that track, and go to the right one. You know what I mean? And it's not as simple as I'm going to do the right thing for a week and I'll be fine. Of course, you still have to put in the work. That's always been the thing that I've said here. You have to put in the work, you have to put in the time. It's just that simple. Not that simple, but just that simple. See, look, rambling again. What's wrong with me? So this has been episode 3. A cluster of random clips, if you will, leading up till now. Are they really random, or did things just play out that way based off the decisions I was making to get myself to this point? You know, I was outside on some of those days. I got wet, got sick, got on a motorized skateboard with no helmet, hit the pavement, gave myself a concussion. I mean, it's not random. That's just what happened based off of the decisions that I made. Are there other outcomes? Are there other probable outcomes? Yeah, but I mean, it's not random. It makes sense that things played out this way. And I'm pretty sure you can take that and apply it to many aspects of your life. You know, your car didn't randomly just break down. You have neglected to change the oil for three years. It was only a matter of time. This will be the end of the episode. I'm not sure if I should apologize for the video being all over the place or just kind of let it rock, because kind of couldn't help the things that happened around me. But here we are. We're wrapping this up. And episode 4 will be a lot more structured. I'll get back to my storyboard and all those things that made the first 2 episodes as good as they were. And we'll just keep moving forward. Also, the next one won't take as long to get out as this one. Now, that part I will apologize for. The hype train was pretty strong. We posted a video a week apart, and here we are, it's like 3 weeks, going on a month. Yeah, I don't want that to be the case. This will probably be the longest it ever takes to get anything out. So, yeah, it has been fun. If you like the content that you see here, if you feel like supporting your boy, if you want to be along for the journey to see what other wacky antics I come up with, well, hit that young bell notification, leave a like, and subscribe to the channel if you feel so inclined. But with that said, if you don't subscribe now, 6 months from now, when you see another video pop on your timeline, I bet you will then. I bet you will. But anywho, I'm Herb, and we're out of here, man. I will catch you dudes on the next one. Enjoy the outro for the video. Bam!